Hey hookers, Merry Christmas and welcome back to Inspired by a Smile. My name is Christy and today I'm going to show you how to make a size inclusive Santa Claus top for Christmas time. So if you have a 4mm hook and some yarn, let's get started. So I've got my hook here and I'll show you how to start the base of the top. Now the chain is going to be as long as you want the tank top, but make sure you've got enough chains to make it the right amount of stitches. This is it here anyways. This is the part we're going to start on. So for mine, I have a chain of 50 because the one row you're going to be skipping a stitch and then doing a stitch. So that part's important. So if you do screw that part up, you'll just have to tear it out and then add a stitch to your chain. So again, this is going to be the length of your top. And I'm just going to do a small chain here to show you an example. Now this is a really micro size of the top. It's kind of funny. So I've got just this tiny chain as an example, but again, this is going to be the length of your top. And mine's chain 50 for the size that I made. So right here is where I'm stopping my chain to show you the example. I'm grabbing the chain and I'm gonna do one more chain here, go in the second one from the hook and do a half double crochet, and you're gonna do a half double crochet in each stitch on the chain. And while you're doing that, I'd like to thank everybody for subscribing and watching my videos so far, and just talking on Facebook or wherever else I talk to you. I enjoy it, and I really do appreciate all of you. If you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And you can follow me on basically any social media platform. All my links are on YouTube under my name. And I would like to thank all of my patrons so far, the paid and unpaid. I love you all, and appreciate yous as well. If you haven't seen my Patreon yet, it's a thing where you tip me as an artist. It's only $3 a month, so if you have $3 you could spare a month, go check it out. I'll send you a free little baby octopus in the mail out of appreciation. Very excited to get patron number 3 paid. Also, I do giveaways, so if you follow me on other social media platforms, you can see when I do those. I do let people know on here too, but it's easier to know things when I post on Facebook daily and that. Alright, so just do a chain before turning that row, and then we're gonna go and do a half double, or sorry, you're gonna do a chain after you turn. I was almost gonna go ahead a row, and this is the row where you're skipping a stitch. So in the back of the loop only, you want to skip a stitch and do a single crochet. And then do a chain. And then you're going to skip a stitch again and go in the back only like this. And then do a chain, and keep doing that for the rest of the row. And also, I always forget this part, but I'm trying to remember. If you would just like to do a one-time donation, you can send it to my PayPal or e-transfer. You can message me to ask me for those, and I'll let you know what they are. And I appreciate those as well. I've had a PayPal donation so far, and I really do appreciate it. Big or small, it really helps. And I will most likely send you out something in appreciation for that too. I still have to send out my other PayPal donation something actually. So If you do that, either PayPal or e-transfer, it's appreciated too. Just ask for those. And that's the end of that row. Okay, so now for this row, just do a chain before you turn. And then you're going to do a half double crochet, and you're going to do it in the back loop only. And you're going to go in each stitch. You're not going to skip a stitch for this row. So again, in the back loops only, guys, and we're going to do a half double crochet all the way across. I'm really excited to get this posted. It would be really cute even if you want to do mommy and daughter tops. It's not exposing anything either. It's a very cute top. And like I said, you can make it longer. You can even make it shorter if you wanted to. But I'm thinking if you're making it for a kid, or that you just want it longer for yourself, it is definitely an option. Mine's not actually too short once I get it on, and it's nice. It's a good fit. All right. So now for this one, you're going to do a chain and then turn. And you want to do a half double crochet in the top of the stitch. So basically the chain on top of the row, go under that with your hook and do a half double crochet. And you want to do that all the way across. So in the top of the stitch, just like that. My cat's trying to come in to say hello. Also, guys, if you haven't yet, and it is appreciated also, if you want to go hit the like button or share the video or leave a comment, do it anytime during the video. It helps keep the video in the algorithm, and other people will see it more too, and keep it going so that they see it before Christmas time. And this should be my second last Christmas tutorial, and then I'll be on to normal things. Well, somewhat normal. Most of my things on my channel are not very normal, but I guess I should say non-Christmassy stuff is what I should say. I have a fun, unique, naughty one next after this for Christmas. Alright, so chain and turn. And see, this is going to be the front. It has a nice ridging. This is the back. It's noticeable. It's all flat. So as long as you're doing this right, that's how it's going to look, and it's going to look really good at the end. So I'm just going to show you how to do a little bit more of the top so that you got a good hang of it to start. So now I'm going to do a half double crochet in each stitch, back loop only. So then do a chain and turn, and then do another chain, and then you're going to skip a stitch and then do a single crochet in the next stitch, and then do a chain and then skip a stitch, single crochet, chain, skip a stitch, single crochet, and do that all the way till the end. And then do a chain and turn, and then you just keep repeating it. You're going to go a half double crochet into the back loop only and go in each stitch across. I swear my yarn only acts up when it's on camera. It likes to do it on purpose. I can be sitting here crocheting and not on camera. It doesn't do that like ever. But go to do a tutorial and it's like, hello. Alright, and then I'm going to do a chain and turn and go in the top of the stitch only, underneath that top chain of the row, and you're going to do a half double crochet all the way across in each stitch, just like that. In the top of the stitch this time, and that'll be the entire pattern for the top. I just wanted to at least do it twice so that you see. And then we'll be on to the next part. So again, make this as long or as short as you want, and it is size inclusive, so you could make it for yourself or for your kid or someone else's kid or someone else. Whoever you're making it for, it'll fit them. Awesome. And you just keep repeating the same pattern until you're actually tight enough to sew together, but not too loose either. You want it just right. All right. So as long as you have your piece big enough, but not too big, Like I said, it's got to have some, it actually has to have some stretch to it so you don't, otherwise it's going to be too big. So when you go to finish off your other piece, make sure that when you're pulling it together, make sure it's going to stretch together a little bit. I mean, don't force it. If you need to add some to it, then do it. But if not, just, like I said, don't make your top too big. Now I'm adding on, after cutting it, I'm adding on the white fluffy yarn. It's just, it's a polyester fluffy blanket yarn, baby blanket yarn. If you don't have that, you can just use normal white and just do the same thing. So I'm just gonna do a chain into that first chain, and then into the top of the chain here at the top of the top, this is the top of it. We're gonna do a row of half double crochet all the way the top of it here, and crochet over the little piece of yarn too. Oops. Okay, my lap wasn't a good place for my book apparently. All right. So again, we're just doing a row of half double crochet at the top with the fluffy yarn or white of your choosing. Awesome. This is turning out to be such a fun little swatch to make up here, just to show you what to do. It just got a little bit hectic at the end, but that's okay. Yours won't be as hard to work with because it's an actual real size top. So you just snip that. You can leave it long enough to actually help sew in the top of the fluffy part after, which I'll explain later. I ended up doing mine differently, and I should have shown how to sew that as well, but I'll just explain after. Now we're going to do the belt. Now mine I also did a bit bigger, but because I'm just doing an example of the top, I did a little bit of a smaller chain here, but for the size belt that I have on my top, it's a chain of 10. And you can make that as big or as little as you'd like to. Mine's a chain 10 though. There we go. So because I am making just an examples thing to show you how to make the top, like I said, like mine's a chain 10. This is just going to be a smaller chain to show the example so I can actually fit it on my little thing to sew it on after. So I'm just going to do a little chain of 3, but again, mine is chain 10. So grab the chain and then do another chain. And then go in the second bump on the chain from the hook. And then do a half double crochet. And you're going to do that across the chain. And then before you turn, do a chain. And then in the back loop only, do a half double crochet. And you're going to do that across the row. And then do a chain and turn, and then you're going to do the same thing, and you want to continue that for the rest of the belt. I'll just show you one more row here, and then I'll finish up. But I'm just going to go in the back here and do a half double crochet. I guess that would be the front now, so you're alternating front and back. Either way, you're going to have a nice little ridging when you're done. So just continue on rotating front and back loop only, half double crochet across each stitch until you have a long enough belt. Alright, so my little mini belt is complete. Make sure yours is definitely bigger than that and, you know, fits your top. Such a simple but fun top to make. I can't wait to get some more on here. I have more on the way that aren't Christmas themed. So, and if you do have any other suggestions, please make sure that you can leave them in the comments right on my video, on any video. I like to hear people's requests for tutorials. A lot of the time those videos are really good ideas because the views end up coming in, so I really do appreciate your help. And again, if you haven't, guys, make sure to subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications if you haven't, like and share the video, follow me all over my social media platforms, wherever, if you'd like. And if you also would like to, make sure to go check out my Patreon, and you can tip me as an artist for $3 a month, and I will send you out a free little friend as an appreciation gift. And if you would like to just do the one-time donation thing too, that's okay. I have PayPal and e-transfer. You just have to message me for those. So see, I'm going to be surface sewing the belt on. So you start on the edge, and then you can just, you won't even see the stitches. Now I'm just going to sew along the top of the belt. And I'm just going to show you a few more stitches here and then leave you to it because it's the same. I'm going to be stitching along the top and then on the other side of the belt on the other end, and then at the bottom, so that it's really secure. So it'll be sewn all the way around, side, top, side, bottom, just like this. And I'm surface sewing it, so I'm just going in the top of the stitches only for the red, and you will not see it on the inside of your top, as you can see here. Here, I'll even, I'm going to get that white out of the way. There we go. So yeah, as long as unless you don't care, you can just go right in, but I always end up surface sewing my stuff. It's just my preference, and it stays on too. Alright, I've sewn all the way around the belt along the edge. So now I'm just going to tuck in the black. I'm going to go in between the red and the black with the needle so that you don't see anything, and you're just going to tug in the little piece of yarn. Awesome, so just pull tight and snip. So now I'm just going to show you quickly how I did the belt buckle, and this will be, again, basically any size you would like to. You can make yours smaller or bigger, but if you want to make it the size of mine, I actually did a chain of 50. But again, it could be smaller or bigger. Just make it the size that you prefer. But again, mine's chain 50. I'm just going to do a shorter chain to show you how I made it. And then I'll show you how I sewed it on, which kind of looks funny on the mini one, but looks really good on the top itself. You can kind of tell, just make a kind of a square with your chain like that to see if it's going to be big or small enough, however size you want it. Don't make it too small though, or else it's not going to form anything. So now I grabbed it, did a chain. I'm going to go in the second from the hook in the back of the chain, and I'm going to do a half double crochet, and I'm going to do a half double crochet in each stitch across the chain. And again, if you're making it full-size top, not a mini mock-up, it's going to be bigger than this. And I did a chain of 50 for mine. I know I already said that, but making sure that's well known. So that I just keep going along the chain and do half double crochet in each of the back loops only of the chain. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to sew this on. It's pretty basic. You can just tuck in the little piece of yarn underneath like you did with the belt, so makes it a little easier. So just position it after tucking that under. It'll stay under once it's all sewn onto. So just get that in position in the middle of your top. And again, I'm going to sew this on like I did the belt actually. I'm going to surface sew it, and I'm going to go all the way around the edges, inside and out. And because we're surface sewing it, you're not going to see any of the yellow on the inside. So just make sure that while you're going, it does end up looking like a square after, because you want your belt buckle to look like a belt buckle. And I'm going on the inside right now, but like I said, once I'm done the inside square, I'm going to sew along the edge of the outside square, and it's going to help give it its shape. So just keep forming it like this into a square or rectangle, and you're just going to keep sewing along the inside, and then afterward you don't have to snip or anything. You're going to sew along the outside too into a square. Alright, so now that we have the belt buckle on, you can do the same thing. Just tuck the yarn in underneath in between the yellow and the other colors. Make sure that it's not showing, and then you pull tight enough when you're done, and then snip, but tuck it in good. Awesome. See, here's mine, what it actually looks like too. And this is next here. We're going to do the straps. They're nice and thick actually. I'm just going to show you how to do one, and I'll show you how I sewed it on, because I mean all four are sewn on the same side, and it's a little awkward to sew two on this top. It was hard enough to sew the one on. So again, I'm just going to do a shorter chain to show you the example. You're going to need to make the straps long enough, but don't make them too loose. And then also for my top, I just did a chain of 60. That was good for mine. So I just kind of measured it as I went. Like you can throw it, you could put the top up over, and actually kind of, if you do have it sewn together first, I mean ideally then you can put it on and then see, but if not, you can put it up to your chest and kind of see how big your straps need to be. But again, mine's a chain 60. So I'm at the end of my chain here. I did a chain and skipped a stitch, and then going in the second from the hook, I did a half double crochet, and I'm going to do a half double crochet to the end of this row on the chain in the back of the bumps only. So just keep going to the end of the row, half double crochet in each stitch, just like that for both, and then I'll show you how to do the trim actually after that. Alright, so I'm going to do an edge along the side of this, and it's going to be the same all the way around. So do a chain and then turn. Single crochet into the top of the stitch only, just like that. And then you're going to do this all the way around the strap to give it a little bit of that extra security. It makes it a bit bigger and it looks good with an edging around it. So again, we're doing this in the top of the stitch only, and you can do this all the way around your strap from that side to the other side. Just keep going like that, single crochet, top only of the stitches, guys. All the way around till you get to the little yarn. All right. So this is where okay, like that's where I went wrong. Don't tuck in your fluffy yarn yet, okay? I used that to actually sew in the top so that it was sewn at the top as well. So again, don't tuck yours in. You'll be able to sew the top, your edge together that way without using the red. So now I'm going to show you though how to sew the back of the top together, and we're almost done. So awesome job, guys. So just hold your top together inside out. Leave a long enough tail so you can sew it in after. And I'm going to sew from side to side like this into the stitches, and go close enough together. Make sure you pull it tight enough. After you get a few stitches in, it's easier to pull it tighter. At first the end isn't secure yet, but now it's good. So I'm going to sew over to the top, and then I'm going to come back down with the needle, which you'll see though I'm going to have that all on here. And again, thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't already, please go just like the video if you can. If you want to request a tutorial, message me right on the videos in the comments. If you want to follow me on my other social media platforms, please do. I'm also available if you have any questions throughout the tutorial. I should have mentioned this already. Please make sure you ask me. You can answer or ask me right on the tutorial itself, or you can message me anywhere that you can find me on social media, and I will help you. I have people message or comment saying that they had a hard time, but they never actually ask for help, and that just, it's not cool. If you need help, just ask me, and I'm more than happy to walk you through it. And again, if you would like to do a one-time donation to PayPal or e-transfer, let me know. I'll send out an appreciation gift of some sort. And if you would like to sign up to Patreon, it's $3 a month to tip the artist. And I do send you out a little free baby octopus friend. And I just, as soon as you sign up on Patreon, I can see, actually, and I'm able to message you there, so I can get your address as soon as I see that I have a new patron. It makes it really easy, actually. So as long as I'm awake, I usually check it actually often enough, because I never know if I have messages somewhere as well. Alright, so this is like the only really hard time I actually really had with this, and honestly it sucked. But your top is not going to do this, so don't be afraid. It's just so small, the belt buckle, and that made it hard to turn it inside out, to be honest. So I actually had to shut off the video admittingly after, so just bear with me. If you want, you can try and skip ahead a little bit or just watch as I struggle. It's up to you. I am going to eventually shut it off so that I can show you the next step. So after the stubborn thing gets turned inside out, it's really hard. It's probably the hardest thing I've ever had to turn inside out. I had to shut off the video, and then I grabbed my crochet hook and I just shoved it right inside, and that's actually what helped. So it was quite funny. So again, it's not much longer of my eternal struggle, guys. And we'll be on to the next step. While you're watching and having a laugh, though, if you're still watching right now, you could go like the video, and if you would like, or subscribe. It's up to you. We're almost at the next step. Alright, so now I'm just going to show you. I actually went over, once I flipped my top inside to the right side, the other one didn't give me nearly as much trouble. I just went over it again, because you want to pull the belt buckle in. So as long as you do it right, you're not going to see the red. Go into the sides of the black with the needle underneath a bit, just like this, and then carefully just keep sewing like that, and you'll be good. I'm so excited to get this on there, guys. It was really fun and quick. You can definitely whip these up before Christmas if you want to wear them. I just used some cotton yarn. You could probably use acrylic as well if that's your preference. Awesome. So not only does that pull the belt together, it blends in the red a little bit better. Luckily I have enough yarn here. I'm just going to snip that off. We're going to start from there. Awesome. And as long as you didn't snip that white fluffy yarn, like I said, you can also, I just sewed into it at the top with it because it helped bring it together at the top too without using the red. So now, because my top is obviously just a tiny bit small here, I can't really show you much of how to sew on the inside. I'll show you on my bigger top because I actually don't have all the ends sewn in anyway. But you're going to just sew in your ends on the inside of your top too. Like I did with the belt and the buckle, you're going to just go through the inside of the stitches like that. But you want to do it like more than that so that it's tucked in too, which I'll show you after. That little piece of yarn keeps popping out. So many things with this little thing. Yours will look amazing though, not like that. It'll look more like mine. This bigger one here. So now I'm going to show you, see, I have the straps sewn in just above on top of the top here. I sewn in a few times. So you just go underneath the white fluffy stuff. And then you just want to make sure it's nice and secure. So, and make sure they're in the right spot on the top for you, so that the straps aren't awkwardly to the side or too close to the middle. You can definitely pin them on if you need to while you have the top on, and then take it off and then put the straps on if you need to. So I'm just going to show you awkwardly here on my little piece how to sew it, and then I'll show you how I did my sewing in my ends after on the bigger top. And then after this, I actually just did a single crochet trim at the bottom, which I'll show you how to do after. So we're almost actually done, guys, and I really do appreciate you all watching. And I have one more Christmas tutorial after this. I'm excited to get it done and over with because I really wanted to get them done sooner, but I had a cold. So they've been just sitting here and it's been bothering me, so it's really nice to get this completed. And like I said, I have a lot more fun ones on the way, including more wearables. If you haven't seen already, I do have the frog top on here from Shein. Well, they came out with a long sleeve version, and I'm going to be making that too. So keep your eyes peeled for that in the near future. I have another top I have to make first though. Someone kindly also, that was my first PayPal donation. She has requested a tutorial from me as well, which is a wearable, and she kindly gave me a donation. So like I said, you don't even have to donate to ask me to make something, but it was really greatly appreciated for sure. But you can just ask me in the comments on here if you want to see something made on my channel. I don't mind. I love hearing your requests. So again, you're going to do that in the front and the back for both straps. Make sure they're nice and secure. And I'll just quickly show you here. See, you're going to do the same for all your ends. You want to just make sure that they're long enough so that you can tuck them in, and make sure that everything is secure on your top so nothing falls apart. So for your straps and everywhere else, you're going to just do this. On the inside of the top, go with your needle. You can weave it in like that and then back through. Oh, nice fluffy yarn. You can even weave it in more than that if you'd like. I most likely will weave in my other ones more than that, but it's good just like that too. So now I'm just going to show you how to do the single crochet edge at the bottom, and then we're almost done. So this is probably going to be longer on your top. If not, it's okay. You can still get your yarn attached. You could probably even just sew it through the bottom if you need to. But I'm going to knot this on there. So you're going to get that on there, and I'll just quickly show you this. It's not too complicated. It's the same as the other trim except single crochet, and with the red cotton instead. So just after you get it attached and going, you're going to just go along the edge in the top of the chain, and you can, or in the top of the stitch basically, or right at the edge, I don't know what you want to call that. And then single crochet all the way until you're at the beginning again. Sounds like I'm missing a party in the living room, really. Good thing I'm almost done. My husband's home, and sounds like my daughter's excited. Again, thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate you all. And I do have one more Christmas tutorial on the way before we get going on other ones, but they're all fun and unique, and of course different than other things that you see on people's channels. Not everyone approves, but that's okay, because they're not really any fun, I guess, if they can't handle it. If you haven't seen already, I also do have like some naughty tutorials on here already. I've got the Santa boob pillow, the Santa costume for my penises, which the penis base is on here too that I used, and it actually fits on my alien penis too, which is adorable. There's some shorts on my channel of both of them wearing it. Awesome. So again, guys, this is the bottom of the top. I'm just gonna show you really quick. I'm not actually gonna do it, but you're gonna sew this in just like you did the straps, and anywhere else you have to sew in your ends, do that the exact same. Well, with that being said though, the top is all done, and I'm just gonna lay it flat, and I'll zoom out so you can have a better look at it. And it's really comfy, and I can't wait to get some more tops on here because you guys seem to like them. Awesome. See, nice and thick straps. Good job, guys. Yay.